So my name is Chavis Plugas. I am the Senior Vice President for Digitalization of the GBS at Deutsche Post DHL. Been in DHL for the last 12 years, and I guess DHL requires little introduction. We are the largest logistics and network parcel company in the world. We provide millions of letters every day in Germany, and we also deliver millions of parcels to our customers. Aside of that, of course, we run significant supply chain business, providing warehousing and transport operations for many big and medium-sized businesses. The global business services is roughly 11,000 employees, and we of course integrate all the central services. So we have got finance operations, HR operations, procurement, real estate, fleet, consulting and mobility, and others units. Of course, our motto is the shared service centers and finding synergies towards the business divisions that we provide services on. I think that it was back in 2016, 2017, where let's say inside the finance operations, there was a team that was started working with RPAs, and we clearly saw the benefits of automations coming from the RPAs arena. And yet we of course could provide certain automations in a very specific niche areas or specific applications. But then the question was open to say, okay, is there a way to automate more end-to-end processes? Is there a way where actually processes that also span across different systems we can find those automations? And then we basically run a series of proof of concepts and definitely decided to endeavor on a big transformation program using as well, in this case, Bizagi. We put together a program that lasts for 4 years and actually brings digitalization to our, I would say, 4 major service lines, being finance operations, HR operations, real estate, and procurement. And on that one, of course, we then started unfolding projects on those 4 areas where, let's say, wherever we could see an opportunity. We operate in 220 countries, so also that creates a very significant challenge when it comes to the IT products, because some transaction might be initiated in China, where you actually have got all the Chinese characters when it comes to the screen. It might be then consolidated and discussed in a specific center that we might have in Malaysia, where also we want to offer local language in terms of interpretation, and it might end up, of course, using, in this case, lacking characters back into a process back in Europe. So that's where definitely that multi-language support is also key for a company which is as international as we are. Transaction-wise, we are definitely in the areas of tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. That's definitely the average process that we have to handle. When it comes to the users, I would say largest deployment we have is a very automated, I would say, help desk for our procurement users. I think currently we're roughly 280,000 employees are actually accessing this. And despite, of course, having, let's say, products already existing in the market that can offer some sort of like an IT service management type of help desk, when you bring a help desk into an organization that is not so much IT oriented, and like it's, for example, in the case of procurement, I think this is where we did evaluate whether we are going to just adapt something from the market, or whether we're going to build something using technologies like Bizagi and a few others. And the final decision was definitely to go with we will build that ourselves. And I think that there has been I would say a before and after let's say the API type of world, where actually those APIs and the communications across the different products, and of course products like Bizagi that can help orchestrate across different platforms, ensuring that there is I would say a master data harmonization and a master data type of governance through the process as a data model. I think it's definitely key.
The vendor master data management process was a process which was mainly based on Excel spreadsheets and email being sent around by different teams in, let's say, in an order which could be different between the divisions, or definitely was different between the divisions, even within the divisions different per region. And obviously that for sure had certain reasons, good reasons. There are regional differences, but some of those differences were also there for no reason. And yeah, obviously our objective here was the manufacturing of one standardized global process without system breaks. How that looks like, you can see that on the slide. So essentially the process contains 5 major elements. It starts with a internal employee who is aware of a change, who requests a change, therefore logs into a single point of entry, which is the GBS Bizagi work portal, and simply starts a new case, fills out some basic information, for example, the user email address of the external contact, and Bizagi then directly sends out an invite via email to that external contact. It also includes a link essentially to our Bizagi work portal, which is supplier.dhl. You can also try it out. And in the next step, the vendor would, open the email, the external user would log in, and they actually can do that with their own corporate identity, which they have. So for example, John Doe at Daimler.com as one example. And they can provide their data directly in the BPM system, even though they are not part of the organization. And yeah, Bizagi in that case obviously authenticates the external user, leveraging Azure Active Directory, as I was telling earlier. And that makes it simple, because an external a vendor would potentially have 10, 15 different accounts for all the customers they have. They all would have obviously another portal. It would not be easy to remember all of those passwords and manage all of those accounts. So we make it super simple for our vendors to log into our system and be equally secure in the same moment. The third step is the verification, which is integrated into the process. So by the time the vendor fills the form, our Bizagi tool checks the completeness and the correctness of the data by sending the data to the VAT, Value-Added Tax Information Exchange Service, this API of the European Union. Fourth step is about compliance, processual compliance. In the past, people were able to send around emails and maybe work around one or the other step. But with the Bizagi process in place, that is not possible anymore. There's a steering table which ensures the routing is properly, as well as accordingly to the process standards and definition. Yeah, and last but not least, the fifth step, which is the integration into the ERP system. The ERP system is based in our intranet, and the implementation, let's say, for example, the SAP system doesn't have an API necessarily to upload a new vendor. You would have to go through a couple of transactions, and that actually can happen or can be done by a software robot, by an RPA. And Bizagi can hand over this data to an RPA, then wait for feedback of that RPA.